News with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday. It is June 2nd. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist Eric Gage is over in the Weather Center. Beautiful day for the first day of June, Saturday around the region.
Yeah.
I mean, just picture perfect. So do we get a repeat for today?
Well, not quite, but it's mainly dry. We got
Sure.
a few more clouds in the sky today compared to yesterday. So take a live look outside in downtown Utica, but it's not too bad. We've got temperatures in the 50s and 60s. However, if you notice out to the east, plenty of sunshine. Out to the west, plenty of clouds. A live view of our satellites. You can notice that the clouds will continue to increase as we approach through the afternoon hours today. But it will remain mainly dry over pretty much all of central New York for the morning, afternoon, and early evening. But to the west, a weakening shortwave will begin to arrive, and this could produce some light sprinkles and rain showers during the late evening and overnight. But regardless, for today, we're talking about a mix of sun and clouds to start, and then mostly cloudy skies by the afternoon with highs approaching near 80 degrees. And we've got warmer temperatures on the way for the start of the work week, but a pattern change returns to potential rain showers for a longer period of time. We'll talk about those rain chances in that full week forecast straight ahead. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Eric. The Otsego County
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope having had a great June 1st. The weather was just absolutely fantastic. And today, well, the dry weather continues for the start of the day in the early afternoon. Potentially a light sprinkle later on this evening. A live look at Oneonta. Again, a bit more clouds in the sky compared to yesterday. The sun a little bit faded. And those temperatures this morning, not too bad. In the 60s, 65 in Westmoreland, 58 Little Falls. Actually warmer up in Inlet than Little Falls, 62 degrees. Into the south, 56 in Sherburne, 59 Cooperstown, and 66 degrees in Oneonta. And a warm front will approach from the southwest today, bringing temperatures up to near 80 degrees, and the humidity a little bit more noticeable, but the higher humidity will be following today as we head into Monday and Tuesday of the work week. But for the most part, we're going to be entirely dry on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. But again, as we head into the evening, noticing out to the west, a few light sprinkles and rain showers. This short wave from the west will gradually weaken as it reaches us. But again, I can't rule out a light sprinkle by roughly 6 to 8 p.m. tonight, but nothing too notable, and that's probably our best chance of rain heading into the near term. Our skycast showing a mix of clouds and sun initially. Still this afternoon, faded sunshine with a lot of mid to upper level clouds, highs approaching near 80. And again, 6 p.m. onwards, some remnant sprinkles and rain showers could push through. But overall, this weekend is shaping out to be one of the driest weekends we've seen in quite some time. Then by the start Monday, first some clouds, and then these clouds will whisk away. Partly cloudy skies by the afternoon, sunshine by the evening, highs in the low 80s, and noticeable humidity, which will continue for Tuesday, with highs approaching near 80, or at least the mid 80s by the afternoon, with a mix of sunshine and clouds, potentially a firing up of a late shower in Tuesday evening's forecast. But an early heads up as we approach the beginning of this coming week. It'll feel a lot more like summer, plenty of sunshine, and mixed maybe a potential rumble of thunder with an isolated thunderstorm. But the long-range forecast indicates that we're returned to a cooler and wetter weather pattern lingering into the late week and into the weekend. You can see right here, multiple rounds of rain push through as we head into next weekend. But for today, though, thin overcast clouds, high of 79. By tonight, a low of 54 with a light sprinkle. 7-day forecast. Again, we're pretty warm today, warmer tomorrow and Wednesday, highs in the mid 80s, and then Following that, return to some wet weather with some rain showers and thunderstorms. A trivia question: when is the earliest sunrise of the year?
I feel like it's got to be the 21st, because isn't that right around the equinox where things change and we start going downhill?
So this is the interesting part. It's June 15th. So
Why?
the longest day, the longest day of the year is on the equinox,
Okay.
June 20th, 22nd, depending
Sure.
on the year. But the earliest sunrise and the earliest sunset could be different days. For example, this year it's the 15th. Right
That's
around that time,
interesting.
you guess a few days before or after.
Sure.
It's difference by a few seconds, but the sunset time might be a little bit different.
I don't
as
like
well.
to think about it going the other way.
I know.
I
After
really
the,
don't like to
it's
think
after
about
the
that.
15th.
Yep.
The sunrise getting
Yeah.
early or later.
And
so.
as an adult, you just start to. Okay, thank you so much, Eric. Well, tomorrow marks the start of the 11th yearly New York Invasive Species Awareness Week. It is a week that highlights the potentially devastating effects of invasive species here in the state. And that means on land and in the water. The State Department of Environmental Conservation will talk with the public all week long to tell you what you can do to help stop that spread of invasive species. They'll offer a variety of hands-on events all week long. Coming up, the CDC data showing 6 million. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. Picture perfect day Saturday. Do we get a rinse, lather, and repeat for Sunday? Let's check in with meteorologist Eric Gage. Eric, not so fast, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, it could
You
be
okay?
sunnier today. It could be drier, but we've got plenty of dry conditions to start out the morning today. So let's take a look across central New York on the Mesnet Camera Network. Noticing a bit more of the thin cirrus clouds way up in the sky again compared to yesterday. And this is all due to an approaching shortwave. And I'm showing our live satellite because you can see pretty much the line of this wave right here, those thicker clouds. But as it approaches our region, it's going to start weakening. And although there's some rain showers along this line, it is expected to weaken as it reaches our area. And so my thoughts are maybe a few light sprinkles later on this evening, and that's really about it. And so for today, though, we're starting out with a mix of some faded sunshine and clouds, and temperatures climbing to near 80 degrees this afternoon, with additional clouds increasing this evening and tonight, potential light sprinkles, and summer-like weather to start out the work week. But following that, the long range shows a cooler and wetter weather pattern. We'll talk about the change up in that forecast straight ahead. Katrina?
Thank you, Eric. Civil Air Patrol's New York.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. June is here, and it started out 10 out of 10. Lots of sunshine, low humidity. Couldn't ask for a better day yesterday. And today, it starts out quiet. A few more clouds in the sky compared to yesterday as we take a live look in Oneonta right now. But following this, we'll start to see more summer-like temperatures in the 80s for the start of the work week as a warm front lifts north. And taking a look at those temperatures this morning, in the 60s over parts of the Oneida County region, 68 Deansboro, 64 Westernville, 58 Lake Pleasant, 63 down in Little Falls. And to the south, 61 in Sherburne, 54 degrees in Norwich, and 63 degrees in Oneonta. And we will climb from these 50s and 60s up into the upper 70s to potentially near 80 degrees this afternoon, with pretty much dry weather for the most part, entirely dry. But you notice here by 6 p.m. onwards, very low chance of rain. And I'm mentioning that because on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, there is a lot of elevated moisture way up in the sky. You noticed yesterday those cirrus clouds, those thin, wispy ice clouds way up in the sky. Well, they're getting a bit more saturated as a front arrives from the west. Now, this is more of a short wave, which means that this is a not too strong of a system. And way out to the west, where rain showers developing, they'll continue to weaken as they approach central New York. So what does that mean? Well, dry for the entire day today, except for the evening, where there's a potential for a light sprinkle. And in fact, heading straight to our Skycast, we got a mix of some faded sunshine and clouds today. Same thing for this afternoon, a bit more on the cloudy side than sunny side. And then right around 6 p.m., notice the remnants of that frontal boundary out to the west, producing an isolated sprinkle or two, but that's really about it. That ends up weakening once more. And then after some morning clouds for tomorrow morning, we quickly dry out with some sunshine peeking out by the afternoon with highs approaching the low to mid 80s. And we got even more summer-like weather arriving for Tuesday, with temperatures starting out in the 60s, near 70, climbing into the mid 80s with potentially a few pop-up showers in the late evening and overnight, typical with higher humidity and higher temperatures in the summertime. But even though we're going to be seeing summer-like temperatures for Monday, Tuesday, early Wednesday, that's not the overall weather pattern we're facing as we approach the end of the work week. Take a look at this right here. We've got what are the heights of the atmosphere, and the blues and greens indicate low pressure, which begins to arrive with rain showers as well. So a more damp and cool weather pattern arrives by late this week. And so for today, high is 79, thin overcast clouds by tonight, a low of 54 with a light sprinkle. 7-day forecast, summer-like conditions for the start of the work week, increasing rain chances, and cooling down into the low 70s, upper 60s by the end of the work week with rain chances. And our final trivia question, when is the latest sunset of the year?
Maybe it's June 16th, C.
June 16th, June 28th. So it's a bit later.
Right?
Yeah.
We misspoke earlier saying
yeah,
equinox,
solstice.
but it's actually the solstice.
And yes, and any date between the 22nd and July 1st, because again, it's only difference of a few seconds. So if you guess anywhere between the 20th and whatever, but it's technically correct.
Right.
But
yeah, a lot of answers. Thank you so much, Eric. We'll be back after this.
With Ben Kinney.
Good evening. It was another gorgeous day out there, but as it moved along, some clouds started to move in. How long will they stick around for? Let's head over to the Weather Center with meteorologist Jill Real to find out.
The majority of the weekend was beautiful. We did see a few sprinkles this evening, but now the weather is going to be improving once again. Let's take a look at our weather headlines as we head into a new work week. Warm weather is going to return. We're talking about temperatures back into the 80s as we head towards Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday. But by Wednesday, we're going to see a bit of a pattern flip. So rain returns as we head towards the middle of the week. By the end of the week, we're talking about cool temperatures. We're going to look like we're going back to spring. We were dealing with summer at the beginning of the work week. So our temperature trend, again, mid 80s for Monday, Tuesday, low 80s on Wednesday. Then we're going to go back into the 70s and perhaps even the upper 60s as we head towards Thursday and for Friday. But for tonight, again, quiet weather will resume. Those showers have come to an end, so we're just expecting mostly cloudy skies for tonight. We'll look at your Monday morning forecast coming up.
A Boonville man is facing
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Real.
I hope you had a chance to enjoy the beautiful weather over the weekend. Both Saturday and Sunday were quiet for the most part. We did see a few showers this evening, but we're going to see more in the way of some unsettled weather as we head towards the middle of the week. So for tomorrow, we are going to start off with some cloud cover in the morning, but we do stay relatively dry for Monday. Now, as we head towards Tuesday, we do run the risk for an isolated thunderstorm late in the day, but the majority of Tuesday will be dry. Same for Wednesday. Wednesday, we could see a few pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon, evening, but as we head towards Wednesday night, and especially beginning on Thursday, we're going to get stuck in this pattern of unsettled weather. So do expect more in the way of rain, especially for the second half of the week. And that trend looks to head into next weekend. So why are we seeing a flip in this weather? Well, it has to do with a low pressure system that is moving into the area as we head towards late this week into the weekend. So you have this area of low pressure. You'll notice on Saturday, right over central New York. And it's just going to stay there. It's going to become stationary. So we're going to get waves of precipitation moving in as we head into the weekend, and unfortunately looks to stick around even into early of next week. So we're going to keep an eye on this weather pattern. I strongly encourage you to enjoy the next couple of days before we see more in the way of some unsettled weather. The one positive, you won't have to worry about watering your garden. So high pressure is going to begin to move in as we head into tonight and into tomorrow morning, giving us more in the way of some sunshine. So clouds will stick around for tonight. Those rain showers have moved out of the area, and now we are beginning to see just quiet conditions across central New York. So starting off your Monday, we're going to start with some clouds, but bring those sunglasses with you, because as we head it towards the noon hour, we're going to see more in the ways of sunshine. So starting off your Monday morning, temperatures in the low 60s, so maybe the light jacket on your way to work or school. You will notice by noon, temperatures in the mid-70s with partly sunny skies. We'll get to mostly sunny skies as we head towards Monday evening. So if you're doing the go the distance run, beautiful weather with temperatures making their way into the low to mid 80s. As we head towards Monday night into Tuesday, you're going to notice an uptick in the humidity, so it's going to be a little bit more humid, so you may want to put those air conditioners on as we head towards Monday night, because Tuesday it's going to be warm, starting off in the mid 60s. We're going to top off in the mid 80s. You know, it's just an isolated thunderstorm possible on Tuesday. So tonight, mostly cloudy skies. We'll drop back into the 50s. For tomorrow, a decrease in clouds. We'll make our way into the mid 80s. Again, summer-like weather tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we flip the switch. It looks a little bit more spring-like with clouds, rain, and temperatures only in the 70s as we head towards the end of the work week and into the weekend.